What's up, everybody? This is the debut episode of the Pink Pillowtalk podcast, where all good things come in three and we always keeping it P. Welcome. Okay. Hey guys, so welcome to today's episode. Today's episode, the first episode, is going to be how my friend became my bully. You heard that right. How my friend became my bully. Now, this is a story time. I can't give you the grade level I was in, but I can tell you I was 10 years old and I was in elementary school, and this whole story is based off of true events. I could not create this on my own, but this is a story of my very own, my life, yeah. So yeah, without further ado, guys, we are gonna go ahead and just jump into the story time. So yeah, guys, I do have my handy dandy whiteboard here. Did you look at my handwriting and ask why I look like that? You better not have. I'm just making sure you didn't. Nonetheless, guys, yes, so how my friend became my bully. Without further ado, we ain't gotta dilly-dally. Let's get into it. So, I won't say the city, but I will go ahead and say the state. This is when, like, most of my life, and even right now, I am from Florida. I've been living in Florida for most of my life. I've lived up and down, left and right, all up and through Florida, honey. And so this happened when I was 10 years old. Basically, what happened was I was the new kid on the block. Throughout my adolescence, throughout my childhood, throughout my life, I have often been the new girl. And so that aesthetic is not anything new or nerve-wracking to me. That's just been me for like forever, for such a long time. So literally here I was again. It was probably about my fourth rodeo to this. Being the new girl, new school, new environment, new scenery, new friends, all this, that, and the third, right? So whoop-de-whoop. I did my unpacking, you know what I'm saying? I already know what school I'm going to. I know the principal, know my teacher. I got my school clothes, like I'm decked out, new kid, starter pack, complete. And so now I'm really just like, okay, I need friends. Trying to see if there's any kids outside. You know how it is. If you grew up as an outside kid, you just know the vibes. Like, you just make friends. And so I would say the first day I made my first 8 friends. On my third day of adventuring, I stumbled upon Beisha. Tall girl, and she was way more developed than I was. And so she's like, oh, okay, I'm Beisha, what's your name? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Francesca, you know what I'm saying? I just moved here, I'm from so-and-so, just giving her my whole life story, whatever. She giving me hers, cool. So mind you, when I ended up being Beisha's friend, we ended up being like the 2 peas in the pod out of like everyone. Like, we were all a big friend group. It was a good 10 of us, I'll say. It was a good 10 of us. But the both of us, we were like each other's main friend. And so what I can say about Beisha, if I was 5'3", she was 5'8". If I was 110 pounds, she was 180. Everything that I was, she was that and more. And it's pretty much how all of us felt as a collective in the friend group. So she did have this superiority when it came to all of us. And so mind you, I was friends with Beisha and all the other side characters for like, you know what I'm saying, for some weeks before school had started. And so like, summertime, we cool, going into school time, our friendship and relationships already established and things like that. And so in total, I would say me and Beisha was friends for about 2 months. Max. 2 months is generous. But yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, we was like already friends for like in total before the smackdown happened. The smackdown is called movie night. So I say movie night, but really on this day where the incident occurred, or like where it started, we probably watched like 4 movies at least that day. Like, we were just watching movie after movie after movie. And also understand, we had 2 different dynamics growing up. She was an only child being raised by a single mother. So her mom was always working, every day to keep putting food on the table. And she was always home as the only child while her mom was working. Whereas me, I lived an only child lifestyle as well. I'm not the only child, but I was being raised by my eldest brother, who was like, what, 20 some years older than me. So, whereas she's being raised by a single mom and I'm being raised by an older brother, we just have two different lifestyles, literally. And so, you know what I'm saying? We just doing our movie night, just chilling. And I just noticed, I'm like, dang, I've been here for a long time. And now I was only in elementary school at the time, so I didn't have a phone. But I was just like, dang, what time is it? And she's like, girl, I don't know. Check outside. I don't know. And I'm sitting on the couch. It's right by the blinds. I open the blinds and it's pitch black outside, which is very much so not good being raised by an eldest brother who wants you home at sunset. Yeah, I was a good hour and a half late. And so I'm freaking out and I'm like, oh my gosh, Beisha, like this not gonna work. Like I gotta get home ASAP. I'm not even sure if I can get home from here because it's like, I know I've been to your house like 2-3 times, but it's dark outside. Like, I don't know. Can you help me get home? She's like, no. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? She's like, no, like stay here, watch the movie. Like just finish the movie with me and then I'll take you home. We paused the movie to see how much longer it has. It has an hour left. And either way, it wasn't up for debate anyways, because I'm like, girl, it's pitch black outside. I have to leave yesterday. Now. I can't sit here and wait with you. Like, I gotta go. With or without you. And so she's like, just come up with all these reasons. And she becomes very sad that I'm about to leave. Like, she's crying, like, no, please don't leave. Like, no, please don't leave. And like, she's begging me to stay, blocking the door, not letting me out. But not like, like real, like, okay, she's blocking my way, I can't get out. But it's like, trying to convince me, trying to press me to stay. And I'm like, girl, mind you, I was a little shocked, but I was more scared in the moment, so I couldn't really give it attention. But I was shocked more so because Beisha always had a very nonchalant attitude. You know what I'm saying? When it came to our friendship, anybody, like I never seen her like crack too big of a smile, too big of a frown. You know what I'm saying? Like she never ever did too much of anything really. So I was like, to see her so like, oh my gosh, no, don't leave, don't leave. I was like, girl, I have to go. It's past curfew and it was a Sunday night, had school the next morning. I'm like, my is beyond grass right now. I have to go. And so I'm able to brush past her and get out the door and everything. And, I'm walking down the stairs because she's on the second floor of the apartment buildings that she's in. And so I'm walking down the stairs and she's still trying to convince me as I'm walking down the stairs, like literally going into the street to go home, to still stay. And so then she finally has this tone of voice. She's like, Francesca, if you leave here, you'll regret this. And I'm like, you're so funny. And I go home. I'm like, girl, ain't nothing scarier than my brother, who I am an hour and a half past curfew to. So yeah, no. Okay, girl, all right. See you tomorrow. Okay, girl, all right. I do the dash home, and you best believe I got in trouble. I made known what happened. I told my brother, I'm like, yeah, I was at my friend Beisha house. Like, I got caught up. Like, I'm even surprised I found my way here. Like, I'm over here just thinking it's sweet. It very much so is not sweet. But, I'm alive. I'm alive. So, yeah, that's pretty much what went down. So here we are, it's Monday morning, we're in the cafeteria, grabbing our breakfast as we usually do together, about to sit down to eat together like we usually do every single day. And she's not acting out of character at this point. Like she's being a little shorter than normal, but she's always nonchalant. So I wasn't really like feeling like it was a threat or it was actually any pressure. And I had even brought up like, oh yeah, I hope you're not mad about last night. Girl, when I got home, my brother, like, he was upset. Like, I got in trouble, like, but I'm cool now, whatever. Like, I'm not on punishment, but, like, I got in trouble. Like, he was not playing that, like, for real. And so, I'm telling her this, and she's, like, not really listening to what I'm saying. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. So then we get our breakfast pizza, sit down at the table, right? And so I'm getting ready to dig in until I see she get up, but she leaves her tray. So she gets up. And she walks over to a girl that we're both familiar with. Who's the girl? A girl that we were talking trash about every day since school had started. Yes. Every morning we would pick this girl apart. Talking about oh, she was giving gorilla. Oh, she wants to beat somebody up. Oh. Just dumb stuff. Just talking about her because we was pressed because she gave more head honcho than me and Beisha combined. So we talked crap about her. She goes over to the girl and whispers something to her ear, and the girl marches over to me. And I'm like, what's she marching over here for? Not to swing? And so I'm over here collecting myself. I'm like, what's she coming over here for? Like, so she come over And she puts her hands on the table like this and leans down. She verbally annihilated me. She verbally tossed me left from right. She tossed me and had me every way but loose and free. Okay. And mind you, she didn't even take 30 seconds. I would say she cleaned me up verbally in a good 18 seconds. 18 seconds she did that. Yeah, I would say so. And so then she walks away. So mind you, when the girl came over and said all that to me, Beisha was still over there watching it from a distance, smiling. This evil smile. I'm just like, and so I'm not even, honestly, my next reaction, it wasn't even because of the girl, it was because of Beisha, and I realized what was in store. I realized what she was gonna do and what her plan was, because that told me everything I needed to know. I catch on quick. And so I'm like, oh, so I literally broke down and cried. I broke down and cried. I pushed my tray aside. I went like this. And I started crying. And you know who came over to comfort me? It wasn't Beisha. It was the girl who came and just verbally assaulted me, as she should have. She came over and she was like rubbing my back and what's wrong? I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be too mean, but you just can't be talking about me like that, like da-da-da-da. And so I told her, I said, like, listen, like, this ain't even on you. Like, listen, like, I was talking about you. You did what you had to do. You ate me up. Obviously, ate me up was not a thing back in 2011, 2012. But, you know, I did, you know, paraphrasing. Yeah, girl, like, you ate me up. Like, you did what you had to do. Honestly, I'm not even upset with you. But here's what it is. So my friend and I start venting to this girl. I start venting to this girl. We listen and we don't judge. You better not be judging me through the screen, okay? Okay. So basically, I'm just venting to this girl, telling her like, okay, so here's what happened. We had the movie night. Like, I'm just venting to her. And the girl, she's like, you know, obviously head honcho. That's why we was making fun of her, because she's so head honcho. She was so like, yeah, yeah. Oh, she was like, yeah. What? That's crazy. Acting like she ain't just cussed me out. I mean, as she should have, but I'm just saying, she acting like what happened didn't just happen. And so then I needed that though. And so then she was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. What? And so when I'm done telling her like a little baby, oh yeah, this happened. Da, 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 da. And you know, and I tell her, she gonna turn to Beisha. Oh my gosh, Beisha, why are you so mean? Even though Beisha had like lied, because I easily could have said she's talking about you too, but it's like, I don't think it would have accomplished anything. That's why I didn't do it. But yeah, so mind you, the girl that, like, you know, me and Beisha both combined would talk about this girl. She went and was like, oh yeah, my friend, she talk about you every single day and call you this, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. So, you know, she come over, verbally get me together, leave, come back, consoles me, and once again gets me together in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? And then calls my friend who's now my bully a meanie. Right. And I also learned though what it feels like as well to be like genuinely jealous of another girl, because that's genuinely what it was as well. When that girl came and verbally got me together, it reset me. It really did. And I needed that. So Beisha helped me in that way, actually. Not her intentionally, but you know. Now phase 2, I'll say it wasn't a singular event. It was like a slow burn to her criminal activity. She decided to go one by one out of all of our mutual friends, which mind you, these were friends to where when I was a new kid on the block and after I settled into my new apartment, I went out and made these friends before I had even met Beisha. And of course, when she like, you know, was like, oh yeah, let me show you my friends. I knew all of them that she was trying to introduce me to. I'm like, oh yeah, I met these people already. Yeah, I know them. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool. Now she was friends with them first and for a longer amount of time. And like I said, out of all of us, she was head honcho. So when this time came, she went to each of them individually and told things that I like falsely said or did, anything to like make them hate me. To this day, I don't know what she told them. I really don't know what she told them. But I would say a couple of friends out of the 8, it was a couple of them that was already pressed, but like had to be my friend because they couldn't beef. Whenever we would have games, like competitive games, play fighting, things like that, you know me, I was coming out on top. So it was like they didn't really like that, but they had to be okay with that because we was friends, right? So the moment that Beisha told them it's beef, some of them really couldn't wait to get on that side of life with me, to be honest, and just have Beisha's backing. So basically, Beisha went to them individually, told them things about me. And so then now I got beef with 9 of these people. So, you know, the friends I had in my neighborhood, we're not really friends no more. But okay, cool. As long as I have a school life, that helps. And it sucks as well because I do have to add, like a lot of people who get bullied, I didn't really have a good home life at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like literally just months before then, I had just lost my mom. That's why my oldest brother was taking care of me. So I was very susceptible because I was going through so much at home. I really couldn't wait to be away from home all the time. Like I loved being outside. I loved being in school, like just anywhere that wasn't home. That's where I was. No, but you know, so after Beisha had basically successfully turned everyone against me, I didn't have any friends when it came to at home, before school, after school anymore. Like I didn't really have friends. I only had friends now at school, people that were apart from all this drama that was going on. I would just say all hope wasn't lost when those friends from my neighborhood started hating on me and started like picking with me and things like that. Like I'm just like, okay, I still have my school life. My academic life is great. So whatever. And then Beisha went over there too. After she saw that the cafeteria stunt didn't work and I wasn't really pressed about the people in my neighborhood hating on me and not like wanting to be my friend, okay. After she saw that it wasn't really affecting me, she decided to take it further. So I had like a best friend, a school best friend, and we had the same classes. Her name, we'll name her Harley. It rhymes with her actual name, but we'll just name her Harley for confidentiality. And so Harley was like me because we bonded over the fact that we both had rough home lives. Like it was rough for the both of us. I still remember the details she would tell me, and this was like when I was 10. I don't even know how Beisha found her and when she told her this. I told Beisha about the ways that we related and why we was friends. So Beisha gonna find Harley, right? And gonna go to Harley and weaponize the information I told her about Harley's life and say that I was making fun of it and I'm glad that Harley's going through those things. She went and told Harley that. Mind you, we are all 11 and under. I think Beisha was like 11, I was 10. But like, girl, Team Umizoomi was very much so up our lane. How she was this psychologically harmful, sociopathically, I really don't know. Nonetheless, she went to Harley and told her the most sensitive information that I gave her pertaining to her life. She was like, yeah, Francesca told me about that. And yeah, she's happy you're going through that. And she laughs at you whenever we're together. And she feels like you're this, that, and the third. Just really doing whatever to make sure Harley doesn't want anything to do with me. And she succeeded. Harley to this day is like one of my favorite childhood friends. She's super cool, super laid back, and was going through a lot. I'll just say, even to this day, Harley is someone who I treasure in my heart, my inner child heart. And so the fact that Beisha did this really hurt. I explained to everyone, Beisha is demented. Beisha is upset because of movie night. Beisha is lying to you. Francesca did not say any of these things about you. Francesca loves you. Nobody didn't want to hear that. And so I'm just like, okay, well, shit. I just, once again, like, I still feel the hurt in my heart from the way that Beisha painted me out to be this person. And I felt bad because it's like, I wish I would have never told Beisha that sensitive information about Harley's life, but it wasn't on no spilling tea. I just would bond, you know what I'm saying, with Harley over the things that we go through. And so I'm just like, yeah, it's really cool just to be able to bond with somebody who's been through things. It was on that type of stuff. I do my very best to retain lessons from it. And so, yeah, I've learned to just not be spreading business like that as well. So, yeah, I lost Harley as a friend. That was the first ouch, for real, that Beisha did. So we have the cafeteria phase, we have the neighborhood kid phase, Harley, and now next we have... And so I'm naming the girl Debo for confidentiality because she acted like she wanted to be Debo so bad as an elementary schooler. This is another scenario to where Beisha weaponized information that she knew about me against me. And she went to Debo and gonna tell Debo, oh yeah, you know Francesca? She wanna fight you. She hates you. She hates your guts. She said your mama stank. She said your daddy really don't work for the bank. He robs the bank. Cause she said that your little sister, like... told this girl everything to where this girl pretty much wants to murder me. Now, you're probably wondering how I found this out. I'll tell you. My classroom was next door to Debo's. And so all I knew is one day I'm sitting here in class. So my teacher is at the front of the classroom and she's facing us as the class. And so on the same wall where the board is, there's a connecting door with my class and Debo's class. And with that door has a large window, not the little rectangular ones. It was large, a large glass window that filled half of the door. So you can see very much so what's going on. So as my teacher is teaching our class, Debo gets in that glass in front of my whole class, in front of her whole class. She stands in the glass and threatens me non-verbally. She takes her hand and does this. And then she makes this menacing face like this. I'm sorry? What? I was too stunned to speak. And so my classmates are saying Debo was making faces at Francesca. So Miss Pam goes over to the classroom and asks, hey Debo, were you making faces at Francesca? And Debo says no, like anybody would. And then Miss Pam proceeds to gaslight the whole class and says that we're crazy. And she can't believe why we don't want to listen to her and things like that. And so how my everyday life was looking now, when I would ride the bus in the mornings to get to school, just eat breakfast by myself. Lunch, I can't say I remember. I really don't remember. But I can tell you that every day after school, which it gets me emotional when I think about it, because little Francesca, she was going through so much. She was 10 years old and she had just lost her mom. Literally, what I would do is at the end of the day, literally like as soon as the bell rang, I would run home. I wasn't able to take the bus in the afternoon, but only in the morning. And so in the afternoon, when it was time to go, I had to rush home. So as soon as the bell rang, sometimes I would just leave class early and get in trouble because I just wanted a peaceful walk home. Peaceful walk home, you ask? Yeah, because when I would literally leave school, if I didn't get home fast enough, I'd be caught up by Beisha and the neighborhood kids. Now at this point, I really had to run because I didn't want Debo to catch me, because I knew it was gonna be BTA, GTA if Debo caught me. Okay? And like I said, the one person in school I did not want nothing from, like nothing. And so it was just like, wow, of all people, it just had to be you. That's crazy. Like, no, I'm just not doing this. I'm not. And so I literally ran home every single day. And certain days, they would catch me running. They would chase after me. It sounds so unreal, but I do not. Like, this is not something that the Warner Brothers, Netflix, or I could fabricate. Like, this is real life. Having to outrun and just having to beat in speed and in pace 9 kids so that I wasn't just like verbally taunted and put in this big circle, this big swarm, while they circled me like it's Disney and told me that I was ugly and I'll never be anything. Things like that. Literally. And so literally I would run home and sometimes they would be chasing behind me. I outran them because duh. But the times I didn't outrun them, I didn't. And sometimes I would rush and they would literally be posted up waiting for me to pass them. But of course, it wouldn't be a passing scenario. They would just harass me until I got home. But I definitely made sure to put the burners on for sure once I knew Debo was on me. That probably lasted about just 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, she got bored and left me alone. So I would say though, like the whole swarm, we'll call it the swarm. The whole swarm thing they did, that probably affected me the least out of all the shenanigans. So, set the scene. I'm at Beisha's house, right? So mind you, Beisha is an only child, but time to time, she would have her cousins come over. And so one was a 9-year-old boy, the other one was a 7-year-old boy. We all planned together as we normally do. We're inside Beisha's apartment. And Beisha's mom is not home, as she never is. So we all, just playing inside Beisha's house as we normally do. And we stumble upon Beisha's mom's dirty laundry basket. And that basket was full of dirty clothes, including a red lacy thong. I I take it upon myself to lift the thong, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. And we all like, yeah, oh my gosh, ah, and so I take it, and then I take the thong and I put it on her 7-year-old cousin. And so now, mind you, I was 10, Beisha's 11, his older brother was 9, the little kid is 7. So looking back, he's a little young to have done that too. But also understand, when I did this, I in no way was trying to be creepy. I was only just trying to gross him out and be funny. That literally was it. And so literally, I put it on his head. He got the memo. Once I put it on his head, he stuck his arms up like this and started chasing us around the house. And that lasted a good 30 minutes, the dirty thong game. And that was that. We took it off his head and we moved on. That was it. And mind you, that happened during the summertime. That wasn't even during the school year. That happened during summertime. So Beisha, she was real evil with this one. Really with everything, but yeah, with this one. So set the scene. All 4 phases have happened. And so I get a knock on my door. And so I'm just home, and me and my brother and his girlfriend, we all just chilling. And so I get a knock on my door. I look through the peephole. I see it's Beisha. And so I'm like, oh, she must want to apologize, because like some time has passed by and she must want to apologize, right? I open the door and she acts like I'm the last person she want to see, like she ain't knock on my door. And so she's like, where's your brother? I'm here for your brother. And so then my brother, he was right behind me basically. And so he get up and he's like, yo, what's up? And then his girl comes to the door too. They move me out the way. I'm like, okay, do they know what's going on? I told them that, like, you know, she was messing with me, but I don't think I explained to them the severity of what was going on. Even if I did, they still believe what they believed. And so then she's like, yeah, so I just want to tell you that my little cousin, he's 4 years old. Bold-faced lie. He's 7. He was little bodied, but that boy is 7. He is a year and some change younger than his 9-year-old brother at this time. And so she's like, yeah, my 4-year-old cousin, he told me that some months ago when we were playing in my house that Francesca touched him inappropriately. And she took the thong story time and twisted it to where it's just me and him alone in a laundry room, and I shut him in. She lied on me completely. And I will say, for the record, I have never, ever, ever anybody, never, ever, in point blank, what she accused me of to touching him inappropriately is a lie. I have never touched him, looked at him, thought of him, considered him in a way other than a platonic friend or cousin of a friend. Not even friend of a friend, little cousin of a friend. And so she tells this elaborate lie. And so, mind you, I'm not sitting here letting her just like, you know, tell the story time. I'm sitting here all quiet, just listening to it. I'm interrupting her. I'm screaming. I'm hysterical. I'm mad. I'm pissed. I'm cutting her off. I'm like talking to my brother, like, you know, hitting him. I'm like, yo, like, she's lying. Like, that's not what happened. This is what happened. I'm stating my case. It's like nobody heard me. It's like nobody heard me. As soon as she got done telling the lie, my brother says, thank you. That's all I need to know. He closes the door. And basically, he told his girlfriend to whip me. Basically. And I got punished with nothing but panties on, no bra. The windows, I remember, like, when I was in the room being like whooped by her, the like blinds were open and they were like watching me, seeing my little flat chested boobies, but nonetheless, like, still, like, it's elementary school. It's like, I had told my brother, like, I was pleading with him. I wasn't sure as to why he didn't understand me, because I'm like, you know how I am even in this house around you. I'm very private. And so literally, I'm not sure what ever gave him the notion that he should believe a stranger over me. He didn't believe me. Nobody believed me. And so I got punished for that, as anyone who did commit that should have been punished. I got that punishment. I did. And so literally, it didn't even stop there. Once I got like whooped for it, they spread that like to our relatives and our family. So mind you, when relatives are coming around our house, or I'm going over to their house, people are literally keeping their kids from me. Mind you, I'm 10 years old, little feeble 10-year-old girl. Once again, I have a great idea of consent. My mind wasn't even sexual at this time, like at all. I was still grieving, but it's like, nonetheless, like people were hiding 2-year-olds from me, babies from me, people that were 9 from me, people that were 7 from me. Hiding them from me, telling me, oh yeah, don't associate with her. Like really treating me, like I said, as if I had done that. And so I had to live that life out. No matter what I said after that, my brother still didn't believe me. His girlfriend still didn't believe me. Honestly, for the longest time, I'm at a point now where like, I don't have any grudges towards like anybody or anything in my past. It really just slows you down in the long run. But to this day, that hurt. To this day. You don't know what it's like to have a stranger come in to your home. Not even, she was still outside, but come into your home, tell a complete elaborate lie, and it works. And I'm painted out as whatever she decided to make up on the fly at my doorstep to hurt me. In a way, it broke me. If I had to give you an estimate as to how long I lived out this life as that person, I'd say a good 2 months. And basically everyone was saying, until you admit that you touched him, we'll forever like have a problem with you, basically. We'll forever treat you like this. So it was a lose-lose. So it's like they're telling me either I'm going to treat you like something you're not, or you can confess something you're not and we'll stop treating you like that. Right. And so I literally fessed up to something that I never, ever did. But because literally it was just making my life at home super hard, super duper hard, I just joined forces with Beisha for a ceasefire. Literally, mind you, leading up until me joining forces with her, I was begging her and asking her to tell my brother this a lie. And she was just like still sticking to her guns about the fact that I didn't stay with her on movie night. She's sticking to her guns saying, oh no, you should have stayed with me that night. All this wouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. So I'm broken down completely. She succeeded. She broke me down completely. And I'm just like, girl, you know what? I'm so sorry. I should have ate your cat that night. I'm sorry. Saying anything to get about the bondage that I was in. The bind that I was in. Like, what? I should have fought the girl. Would I have won? Probably not. She was literally, I was a third of her size. A third. And she wasn't even like a thick girl. She was just developed as I was like very little, like missing meals, low key, like. So I just caved. I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have left movie night. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Such a mind fuck. It's like, to be honest with you, it seemed like nothing in my life lifted until I like did what everybody wanted me to do. I became a jack in the box. I did. That's how I got out of it. I did. I endured it for as long as I could, sticking to my guns, but it's just like, none was coming of it. So yeah, I did what everybody wanted me to do. I caved in, and that's when eventually my brother and the girl broke up. And so that was really the end of that. And we moved on to the next adventure. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much like the moral of the story. I can tell you though, like me and Beisha, we weren't like doing movie nights and things like that, but she did just agree to a ceasefire and we were cordial after that. That's pretty much what happened. Looking back, maybe she really did have some feelings for me or something like that. Cause I can name a couple friends to where, you know, it was like a slight thing that happened, but I didn't do what they wanted me to do and it just flipped out. It's like, you like me? Like, what's tea? But I don't know. But really though, also when I think back though on Beisha, the fact that she was only 11 years old committing debauchery. I don't even know what debauchery means. Not the top of my head, I don't. But she was committing debauchery. Is she a law-abiding citizen? Is she like a tax-paying citizen right now? Like, is she allowed to vote right now? Like, she just walking around, huh? That's crazy to me. To me, that's crazy. Yeah, like Beisha, that's one for the books, ain't it? Stay away from Beisha, y'all. Her name does rhyme with Beisha. Stay away from her. She might still be in Florida. Run. This girl, Beisha, had it out for me. Like, the only thing I can think of now being 24, only thing I think of is she liked me. That's the only thing I can think of. Because it's like, what set you off like that? She must have thought it was a Netflix and chill situation. I don't know what. So, yeah, guys. That was a story time. So yes, guys, this has been our very first episode, our debut of the Pink Pillowtalk podcast, period. But please, please, please do let me know if you did enjoy the concept of the Pink Pillowtalk podcast. Now, let me tell you from here on out, make sure you do arrive with more snacks than I did, because I'll arrive more heavy-handed than I did as well. Make sure you come with your snacks, your wine. Next episode, I would love to play games with you guys. Wow. In the middle of this segment, spin the wheel, Q&A, but you know, like, it can't be tired, like, of what, like, is already on social media. You gotta, like, revamp it, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you do wear your pink. If you don't want to wear pink, wear your pajamas. That's an alternative as well when you're coming into the Pink Pillowtalk podcast. That's gonna be great, okay? And as this grows, I would love to host people, have them on here. What? This is just a debut. This is just so you understand the starter pack. You feel me? If you are someone who's interested in athleisure clothes like myself, please don't hesitate to head to LEOVICI.com. We have the hottest new apparel, the hottest new joggers, sweatpants, hoodies, sweatshirts, crop tops, whatever it is you're looking for. Biker shorts that lift the booty up 1,000 on 1,000. Let me know. I will drop my code here. It's going to be 15 on Fran. I do repeat, as you do see, 15 on Fran. So yeah, guys, do let me know if you do want some more story times, any advice. We could do like advice segments too. That'll be tea. This has been the debut episode of the Pink Pillowtalk podcast, where all good things come in 3 and we always keep it in P. Be safe. Debo, she ain't gonna hurt a fly. You ain't gonna do nothing, right, Debo? And she's like, I'm not grabbing these enough. I know. I'm just not grabbing this enough. You eating? Because I'm not eating my snack enough. I think it's because he's dry. So good. Now, this has been the debut episode of the Pink Pillowtalk podcast, where all good things come in 3. Oh my gosh. Imagine